So back in 2018 and then in 2019, central government asked all local authorities to first identify and then contact building owners of buildings over a certain height. In this case, it was 18 meters, for reasons of building safety and to find out what was on the outside of those buildings. Southwark, like I'm sure a lot of other people, I'm sure a lot of other authorities, were trying to do this in traditional methods and very manually intensive methods, using lots of spreadsheets and trawling through records from different departments and land registry, and posting letters to those owners they could identify. We were struggling with this because it's not an easy process and it's not fit for purpose. So in 2020, Southwark decided to work with Unboxed in order to use some service design principles and user-centered design methods to build a database and an online dynamic form to make this process more efficient. So in combination with 3D modelling service and Ordnance Survey, we were able to identify over 1,000 buildings which were 18 metres or higher in the borough. We then linked that with data sets from the Land Registry and Companies House, so we could build a complete database with the UPRN, Unique Property Reference Number, which is a government standard reference for properties. Link that with the address, the name of the building, the Land Registry details, and Companies House details. So in the complete database of over 1,000 buildings, we can now contact those buildings and send them a letter. I will send that building a letter. And letters are sent using the Notify platform. Here is that letter that will be sent to that building owner. It will have in there the building details, just to confirm that it is the correct building. But it will have pulled through information on that building direct from the database. So the address, the building owner, and importantly, the UPRN. It will give that building owner a link to go. We'll take them to this page here, which gives them some context and some background and tells them why we're asking for that information. They then enter the UPRN that was on their letter, and it takes them to the start of the form. So if we use me as an example, and say that I am the building owner, and that yes, it's used for partly used for residential, and they're private, and then it's not owned by right to management company. Again, we'll just use me as an example. So building height in meters, these are given as optional because we are directly mirroring the input to Delta, which is MHCLG's reporting system. And they're now asked to enter details of the external wall materials. So just for demonstration purposes, if we say it's brick, and for argument's sake they are red bricks, and they cover between 40 and 60% of the building, and behind them is wood fibre, and let's just say 2020 version. So then I need to add some more, because I can't continue with this until it equals at least 100%. So this time, if we say tiling systems, not sure what kind of tiling systems they would be, but well, red bricks and white tiles. And then that's 20 to 40%. And behind them is, let's say, glass wool this time. And this was the 2018 version. So this equals 100%. Now, they don't need to be perfectly accurate, so long as it gives a good, clear steer as to the coverage. That's fine at this stage. External wall structures. So let's say are some balconies on there. They're made from metal, and the floors are also made from metal, and the balustrades, let's say timber or wood. So that was it. They're now given a summary of all the answers, and they're given the opportunity to change any of the answers they've given before submitting. And now they submit that survey. So Talia Court has now disappeared from the non-contacted page. It would then have moved through to the contacted page, but obviously we contacted, they filled out the form, and we have now received that form. And here it is on the Receive tab. If we click on the UPRN, we as local authority can see all of the building details, and we can also see it's been with the survey details, and then it's been received, and then details of the external wall features. So bricks, wood fibre, the 2020 version, and the white tiles, glass wool, 2018 version, and then the external wood structures. As an officer at a local authority, I've now got the option. I can either reject the survey, or I can accept it. And if I accept it, and I've checked everything, it's fine, and I accept it, go back to the main page, we can see that it's moved over to the accepted tab, Talia Court there. However, sometimes surveys might come back and they've not been filled out correctly, or someone notices that there are some inconsistencies or errors in there. So if we use this example that's sitting in the rejected tab and click on the UPRN, what we can now do is, because we've now got their email address, we can copy the link to this specific survey response, and we can send an email to the building owner, and they can edit their specific response without having to go through the whole process again. Now, to transfer all of this data and information to MHCLG, we would normally have to open up the Delta reporting system and manually type in, rekey all of this information. What we've now got is the ability to generate a CSV. And all that information is here, and it exactly matches what and the format Delta requires to be in. So we can send that to MHCLG and the Delta team, and they can upload it. So it just saves us the time of and the potential errors of rekeying that information. So that demo has just been on our staging site on Heroku, but I just wanted to show you our live site. So of the 1,186 buildings that are in Southwark over 80 metres and over, we haven't contacted 625 because they're owned by us and housing associations, and they're being contacted differently. We have contacted, not heard from, and have sent follow-up letters to 449, so 38% of those. All the ones we've received, we've dealt with. We've either marked them as rejected, or accepted. So as you can see, we've got 104 that are sitting here as accepted and just waiting to be uploaded or sent rather to MHCLG and Delta. The reason we haven't done is because we were just waiting for more, to have more than 104 before we sent it to them. But that's just to give you a sight of the live system as it's working now.